I ain't give a fuck. But that time, the actions that I did during the time that I was acting that way helped me realize, like, bro, you wrong. You know what I mean? You just wrong. Just get out the way and go back to your mission. Go back to your mission. Leave that alone. But I am happy with everything. I want the best. I've accepted.
You're right, nigga. I make you look good. Look at the bitch I don't care. Look at the bitch I'm a ups. I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna fuck them anyways. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. Gonna throw you that.
Now listen, Offset been moving real shady lately, and this time he pulled a wild stunt that had everybody online gasping. He hopped on Instagram and randomly posted a picture of Maury Povich. Yes, the king of messy daytime TV, Mr. You are not the father. Then deleted it like 30 minutes later. You already know what that means. That was no slip of the finger. That was a shot fired loud and clear. The internet went crazy with theories. Folks were like, wait, is Offset trying to say something about Cardi's youngest daughter, Blossom? Others whispered that he was sneak dissing, hinting Cardi might be pregnant again by another man. And guess who kept getting dragged into the mess? Stefan Diggs. His name popped up more than once, and the streets couldn't stop running with it. But here's where it really gets messy. Gossip of the city caught the post before Offset could snatch it down and claimed they know the real tea. According to them, Offset didn't just wake up and decide to troll with memes. Nope. Allegedly, just 2 weeks ago during mediation with Cardi, he straight up requested a DNA test for Blossom. A whole DNA test. Can you imagine the tension? He's divorcing Cardi, emotions already sky high, and now he's throwing doubt on whether their youngest daughter is even his. Some folks say he's just being petty and trying to drag Cardi through the mud during the split, but others are whispering that maybe he's dead serious. And let's not forget, Cardi herself admitted she cheated while pregnant with Blossom. That's why this post hit so hard, because if Offset's suspicions are real, then this drama isn't just about a messy divorce, it's about trust, betrayal, and a family being torn apart in the most public way possible. Yeah, sis said it loud and proud, and now the streets are buzzing non-stop. When Offset dropped that Maury post, everybody was like, oh, so that's what you on? Was he hinting the DNA test already came back and shook the table? Or was he sending a warning that he's got doubts and receipts loading? Either way, it was messy. And social media wasted zero time clowning him. Memes were flying left and right. People joked, not Offset turning his own daughter into a Maury moment. But behind the laughs, it was cold. Because if he really doesn't believe Blossom is his, that's not just shading Cardi, that's putting his little girl in the harsh spotlight of the internet. And we all know how vicious people online can be. That's low-key cruel. Still, if we're keeping it real, Offset been moving bitter ever since Cardi filed those divorce papers. Him being petty ain't new, but the question is he actually sitting on something explosive? Or is this just hurt feelings dressed up as Maury memes? Either way, the DNA drama is brewing, and you already know this storm is about to get uglier. Now let's talk about the real tea, that DNA test itself. Offset wasn't just trolling for clout. Reports say that during his mediation with Cardi, a process that's supposed to be about divorce details, custody, and splitting money, he hit her with, "Run me the swab, child." He wasn't asking about coins or schedules, he wanted answers. On one hand, maybe he's just looking for peace of mind. Maybe he really got doubts. But let's not act brand new. Cardi herself admitted she cheated while pregnant with Blossom. So now that request doesn't sound so random, it sounds like he's aiming straight for the truth, no matter how ugly it gets. Yeah, you heard that right. Cardi herself once admitted she cheated while carrying Blossom, and ever since that confession, it's been living rent-free in Offset's head. Now that the divorce papers are flying, he's pulling out that card like, oh yeah, let's see who the real daddy is then. And don't even pretend the timing ain't shady. This move screams drama, not curiosity. Offset isn't just looking for answers, he's looking for leverage. This is about embarrassing Cardi, making her look shaky in court, and showing the world that she's not the only one with skeletons in the closet. And let's keep it real, he didn't post just any old meme, he posted Maury. Y'all know what that means. Maury is the universal symbol of DNA chaos. When you see him, you already hear the words, "You are not the father." echoing in your head. Offset knew exactly what message he was sending, and it was loud. I don't trust Cardi, and I don't trust this baby situation either. But here's where it flips. Folks started pulling up pictures of Blossom, and the internet went, wait a minute, that baby looks just like Offset. So why is he even pressing this issue? That's when the debates exploded. Half the people dragged him as a bitter, soon-to-be ex who's weaponizing memes against the mother of his child. The other half said, well, Cardi did admit she cheated, so maybe he's got a right to question it. At the end of the day, we don't know if this is genuine doubt or pure spite. But one thing's for sure, Offset putting this drama on full display with posts and deletes made the situation 10 times uglier. This ain't just about Cardi anymore. This is about Blossom. Imagine growing up and seeing your own daddy hint online that he don't believe you're his. That's heavy. But Offset, he knows exactly how to stir the pot on the internet. That Maury post wasn't random. He knew the second he hit post, the blogs would explode. And sure enough, the streets haven't stopped buzzing. Now everyone's waiting on one thing only, the DNA results. And when those results drop, whoo, child, no matter which way it swings, proving Offset right or proving him wrong, the fallout is gonna be nuclear.
Put receipts out. Put it, because you can't lie about my no. And when you lie about my make sure them is legit.
But hold up, because while Offset's out here questioning babies and clowning with Maury memes, the whispers about his own dirt just keep getting louder. And this right here, baby, it's giving full-on daytime telenovela energy. Word is, Offset's been creeping with the house help. Not a rapper, not a model, not even some random Instagram baddie. The house help. If that's true, not only is it messy, it's straight up reckless. Like, how you gonna question paternity in your wife's child when folks are out here whispering you're tangled up with the very people working under your own roof? It's giving major pot and kettle vibes. Offset pointing fingers while his own hands might not be clean is wild. And let's be clear, these rumors about the house help ain't brand new. They've been floating for a while. Fans swear they caught subtle clues, like staff members suddenly vanishing from Cardi's home or her going on random livestream rants about loyalty and betrayal without dropping names. People been connecting dots, and when Offset pulled that Maury stunt, it only made the whispers feel louder. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Cardi's side of the mess. Now folks are side-eyeing him too. And here's where things get real sticky. This whole alleged house help situation might actually explain why Offset's suddenly pushing that DNA angle so hard. Some blogs are saying he's trying to flip the script. So when his dirt spills out, he can throw up his hands like, well, Cardi cheated too. Look, I even had to check if the baby was mine. Whew, the mental gymnastics on that one. But let's keep it real. Cardi and Offset's marriage has been playing out like a soap opera since day one. Cheating scandals, ugly fallouts, messy makeups, and dramatic breakups. It's like they always got receipts ready just to throw at each other when things go left. So if Offset really did cross the line with someone who worked under their roof, oh baby, that's not just divorce drama, that's lawsuit territory. We're talking employment law, NDAS, power imbalance, the whole nine. And of course, once the whispers hit the blogs, the internet clowned him non-stop. Memes started flying with folks saying, Offset couldn't even keep it industry, he had to keep it in-house. The jokes were brutal. Some even said Cardi might end up putting the alleged house help in a verse just to get her lick back. And you know Cardi don't bite her tongue. Just imagine the picture right now. Offset questioning Cardi's daughter, Cardi side-eyeing Offset over the house help, and both of them trying to spin the story so neither one looks like the villain. It's giving straight-up mess Olympics, and honestly, neither of them is winning gold. At this point, fans don't even know who to trust. Is Offset really exposing something serious, or is he just distracting us from his own skeletons? Either way, between the DNA test and these house help rumors, it feels like two ticking time bombs. And when they blow, whew, this divorce might make him and Kanye's whole saga look like child's play. Now let me tell you, this divorce is shaping up to be one for the history books. And I'm not exaggerating. Offset and Cardi been through plenty of public chaos before, but this round? Whew, child, they're both reaching for the nuclear buttons. Let's start with Cardi. She might joke around on Instagram, but when it comes to her name, her image, and her legacy, she don't play. This is the same woman who went from stripping to reality TV to chart-topping global superstar. And she knows better than anybody that the court of public opinion can make or break a career. So when Offset started hinting that Blossom might not be his, you better believe Cardi clocked that move quick. Ain't no way she's gonna sit back and let him paint her like some reckless baby mama while he's out here allegedly tangled up with the house help. What's wild is how the internet immediately split down the middle. Team Offset says he's got every right to demand a DNA test since Cardi admitted she cheated. But Team Cardi is like, sir, you've been caught cheating more times than we can count. You don't get to flip this script and play the victim now. Both sides swear they're winning, but what nobody's focusing on enough is Blossom. That child's too young to understand now. But imagine growing up and scrolling the internet only to see your daddy basically saying, I don't even know if she's mine. That's not just drama. That's planting generational scars disguised as gossip. And don't forget, all of this is happening inside divorce court. Offset requesting that DNA test during mediation wasn't about curiosity alone. That was strategy. If he proves Cardi cheated while pregnant and paternity gets questioned, that could swing leverage in his favor. Custody battles, child support, even spousal support numbers all get reshuffled. This ain't checkers, it's chess. But don't think Cardi's caught slipping. She's no rookie at this game. She's already got her fans rallying behind her, ready to defend her every move. And you already know the Barda gang don't play. The second they feel Offset is smearing Cardi's name, Twitter turns into a full-blown battlefield. And if those house help rumors ever get any real traction, best believe Cardi gon' flip that into a weapon. All she gotta do is hop on live, drop a couple slick lines about betrayal, and boom! The internet will drag Offset to the pits with no mercy.
You're right, nigga. I make you look good. Look at the bitch I'm I don't care. Look at the bitch I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna them anyways. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. Gonna throw you that for 2,000. Just gotta survive out here.
Meanwhile, Offset out here leaning hard on the sympathy card. He's posting cryptic stories, deleting them, liking shady tweets, trying to paint himself as the hurt husband who just wants answers. But the internet, too sharp for that act. Folks are side-eyeing like, why you throwing subliminals instead of handling your business in private? The streets see through it. So at this point, this divorce ain't even about love anymore. It's about image, clout, and control of the narrative. Who comes out looking like the victim and who gets branded the villain? On one side, you got the DNA test drama. On the other, the whispers about Offset and the house help. Nobody knows who's winning, but one thing's certain. When the results finally drop and the courtroom receipts hit the blogs, the fan pages, the timelines, everybody's eating off this mess. And let's talk fallout, because baby, when that DNA test result comes out, somebody's walking tall and somebody's choking on humble pie in front of the entire internet. If the test proves Blossom really is Offset's, and let's keep it real, that little girl already looks like his twin, then Offset's the one taking the biggest L. He'll have to face not just Cardi's wrath, but the smoke from millions of fans who will drag him for trying to play Maury with his own family. 'Cause let's be real, if that DNA test proves Blossom is Offset's, the internet will eat him alive. People gonna say, so you dragged your own daughter through Maury memes, questioned her existence, only to find out you were the daddy the whole time? That's not just embarrassing. That's a stain on his whole family man image. You can't scream loyalty and legacy while also publicly doubting your own child. That's the kind of scar Blossom will carry well into her teenage years. And fans will never let Offset live it down. But if the results came back the other way, if Blossom really ain't his, that's a whole different storm. Cardi's entire empire would feel the shockwave. She's always branded herself as real, raw, and unfiltered. If the public found out she knowingly passed off another man's child as Offset's, woo child, cancel culture would sharpen their knives overnight. Still, knowing Cardi, she'd find a way to flip it. She'd cry on IG Live, own the scandal, and probably turn the pain into a chart-topping diss track. That's her power. Messy but resilient. Broken but bouncing back louder than ever. And hovering in the background, those house help whispers about Offset. Even if he wins the DNA fight, the rumors about him creeping with staff keep his name muddy. That's why this whole marriage is ending like a toxic blame game. Tit for tat, bomb for bomb, with no way to sweep it under the rug. And the saddest part in all this? The kids are right there, watching it all play out like a circus they never signed up for. Culture, Blossom, the little siblings, they didn't ask to have their parents' marriage dissected on blogs, shade room threads, and Twitter spaces like it's some heavyweight fight. Every sly IG story, every leaked court doc, every rumor, it's all leaving digital scars that will sit online forever. Fast forward a few years, those kids hit their teens, they start Googling their parents, and boom, they gonna see it all. The screenshots, the memes, the DNA headlines. For Cardi and Offset, the biggest battle ain't just the courtroom, it's their legacy. Cardi gotta hold on to her image as the unbothered queen who stays raw and real no matter what. Offset gotta prove he's more than a bitter ex hiding behind subliminals. And right now, neither of them is winning. But here's the truth. Scandals don't always kill careers in this industry. It's about how you flip the scandal. Offset could spin this into an album where he paints himself as the heartbroken man searching for the truth. Cardi, you already know she'll clap back with a viral single, turning all that pain into pure power. Either way, the fallout is about to feed the blogs, fuel the fan wars, and spark group chat debates for months to come. This DNA test might technically be about Blossom, but the real drama? Oh, it's about Cardi and Offset's entire future. Once those results drop, there's no turning back. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.